I just hit 10,000 subscribers, and trust me, YouTube changed my life forever. I'm gonna tell you all about it. Let's go. Hi, my name is Jay Catalano. YouTube has changed my life in 3 key categories, and these categories can be divided into the me category, the money category, and the misfortune category. I'm gonna start with your favorite category of all, me. How to speak on camera. One of the ways YouTube has changed my life forever is it has taught me how to speak properly on camera. Here are a few key points that took me a little time to realize. The first is to look into the camera and not on the side of the camera where the little window is. You can always see an amateur or someone who is uncomfortable when you see them glancing at the viewfinder. Now, this doesn't come easy. It isn't quite natural to talk into a lens. There is absolutely nobody here, and I'm talking as if there are dozens of people in the room. And to be fair, I have spoken on camera before. I was a small-time actor.
It's double the market price in 2 languages, no?
And commentator for ESPN for a few years.
Hi, my name is Jay Catalano, along with my co-hosts, Maya Torres and Katie Chavinsky.
So I did have practice, but when you are acting, you aren't looking at the camera. And when I was on ESPN, most of my work was done on voiceover work, meaning we would film the color analyst and myself introducing the segment, then we would film the rest in voiceover. So when I first started YouTube, talking to a lens felt a little weird.
You guys want to come along on this journey to see how I do? I'm hoping to do a candle one day soon. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to start with the concrete vessels.
However, now I don't even think about it. When I get ready to film, I look straight into the camera as if I were talking to you. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you right now. Confidence. Another way YouTube has changed my life in the me category is it has given me a certain level of confidence. 3 ways in particular. It gave me a level of confidence in what I'm saying and what I'm promoting. What I mean is, if you ever want to learn something, anything, one of the ways you can really get it to stick is to speak about that topic or to teach someone else. When you say the words and hear those words stick, at least for me. For example, I could read an article about a topic and then talk to my wife about that article, and by the end of our conversation, I feel like I digested that article more so than had I not spoken to her about the article in the first place. So the more I speak about a topic, the more ingrained that topic is inside of me, and that means more confidence. The other way it has helped my confidence is by promoting something I'm selling. What I mean is, when I first put out my concrete candle jar course, I was very nervous. I didn't feel like I deserved to be selling it. Who am I to show you how to do something? Now I know what you're thinking. Jay, that makes no sense. You seem so confident on camera. What gives? Honestly, it's a case of imposter syndrome. I think we all have some level of it, but mine was a bit higher than you could imagine. However, once I put my course out into the world, which was a little scary for me, and by the way, if you need a fast-track, step-by-step system to learn how to make concrete candle jars, check out my course, The Winning Formula. Link is in the description. Okay, yes, I get it. It sounds like that was easy, but I learned to trust myself and who I am and what I offer this community. I still feel some level of imposter syndrome, and I'm not sure that will ever go away completely, but YouTube has totally helped me get past it to some degree. A third way it helped me with confidence is it helped me respond to people who want to sponsor a video on my channel. To be honest, there isn't one sponsor who approaches me and says, hey, would you promote my product if you feel it aligns with your audience, and I'll give you X amount of dollars to do so. If life were only that easy. Let's be real. This is a business. If I'm promoting a product just because you want to give me a product to try for free, you get much more out of that deal than I do, and that's just not fair. However, in the beginning, when someone would reach out to me, I felt a little uncomfortable. I would feel bad. And I would say things like, well, how's about you pay me $50 and I'll make an awesome video and I'll do all this extra stuff and I'll do a cartwheel and then a backflip and I will do splits. Really, I was going through the whole spectrum. Okay, I get it. It wasn't that bad, but you get my point. Today, after building up my confidence, I have a whole email response system with real solid data to back up my claims, and attached to that is my fee. If someone tries to lower my fee by negotiating, I send a follow-up email, which is a part of my response system, explaining why my fee is what it is. There is no negotiation. My fee is my fee, and that confidence came because of YouTube. I feel my fee is reasonable, and depending on the style of video I create, my views on my videos, for the most part, are healthy. Bottom line is, I know I am worth it, and I know you know I'm worth it too. Storytelling. Another way YouTube has helped me is by developing my storytelling ability. When I first began, I felt like I needed to say things like, hi guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for watching. On today's episode, it's boring, it's predictable, and it's something nobody really wants to see. That is one of the reasons when I mention my name in the beginning, I immediately go into the topic I want to talk about. To be honest, nobody cares who I am. Well, they do, but you get my point. When I first began today, this is what I said. Hi, my name is Jay Catalano. YouTube has changed my life in 3 key categories. With that technique, I'm able to make sure you know who I am, even if you don't care, and intrigue you enough to stay around for more of my storytelling. In addition, through my storytelling, I try to lead you to have fun by the journey I take you on. For example, when I created the video on water bathing concrete candle jars, I could have easily told you, yes, you should, or no, you shouldn't water bathe your creations right in the beginning, which would have ended that video in about 15 seconds. Not good content creation practices. So instead, I took you on a journey before answering that question, and do you know that out of all of my videos, that video has the highest retention rate? Shockingly, most people who watch it from the beginning to the end. Pretty cool. Thriving as a reformed perfectionist. I have not quite fixed being a perfectionist 100%. And it's possible that never happens, but I did finally realize that most people will continue to watch my channel based off of the content I provide and not the editing, sound effects, or B-roll that I add into my videos. There are plenty of people in the business who claim that people will watch more of somebody's content if there is a visual change of imagery every few seconds. Take Mr. Beast, for example. In 10 seconds, there are usually 4 cuts. Now, I have never done that style of editing before, and I never will, but I do try to make sure that there are these visual changes so you, the person watching, doesn't get bored or turned off because, well, I don't want you to be bored, but also because the longer you watch, the more money I potentially can make. However, recently I cut back significantly on my editing, which makes it easier for me to get a video out to you. Why? Because I feel that most people will continue to watch more for the content if they really need the answers I'm giving them, regardless of any visual imagery changes. And the proof happens to appear in my analytics, which means I gotta keep doing that. Balancing life. I have 2 teenage kids, and I realize that I don't have a lot of time left raising them. Yes, they're always going to be my kids, but I want to be as present as I can during this time. Even if their early years aren't as early as they once were, and they are rapidly ending because they are teens. Eventually, in the next few years, they won't need me the same way anymore. I won't have to be driving them to school or sports games or extracurricular activities. YouTube has given me the freedom, the balance to do that. Let me give you an example, and this just happened the other day. My son just finished 9th grade. He was home, and I was working in my office, He came in and he asked me if we could go to the baseball field because he wanted some extra practice before his big tournament that was coming up. I could have said no. I was working, and for a moment I wanted to, but, and this is a big but, my son, as well as my daughter, are more important right now. I can adjust my schedule and do what I can for them and then continue building my business when I'm done. Most times they only need me in spurts. So it's a great balance between being a present dad and a growing entrepreneur. Building a career. The best part of building this YouTube channel and how it's changed my life is the money. Once I was able to start making consistent money, I knew that I was onto something. In the beginning, I couldn't see it, but slowly over time, I started to see the financial potential. Now, just to be clear, AdSense, the main YouTube monetization, isn't as great as people like to think. It's the affiliate commission, sponsorships, and the sale of my course that has really catapulted my business. However, I'm at a crossroads. I'm not quite sure which direction to go in, and that's a bit frustrating. Do I do more teaching and add more courses to my portfolio, or do I sell more of my own products? Or do I go big and bold and open up my own store selling candle making products to the masses? Up Vibe Candle Supply. I think it would do well, but I live in a very expensive area where rents are ridiculous. Maybe if the right situation opens up, I would feel differently. But regardless, each idea comes with their own risks, and it's quite exciting and a little bit scary at the same time. There are a lot of ways to monetize on YouTube. I kind of touched upon this earlier, but I don't just make money with YouTube AdSense. In fact, it's the other forms of monetization that are more appealing. For example, having a course that people can invest in has been amazing. That changed my life, but it all happened because of YouTube. And even though it took a long time to create the course, now that it's live, it's nice to have people buy it without me having to ship something out. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind shipping things out, but let's be real. Once someone pays for my course, I don't have to do anything other than possibly help that individual who might have some questions. And to be honest, when those questions come my way, that to me isn't really work because I love engaging with my loyal community. And speaking of loyal community, building a loyal community. I hope you understand that I truly do enjoy making money in this business, but it's the loyal community who I cherish. It is such an honor and a blessing to have amazing people in this community, and those people continually come back and support, and I love that. It's truly amazing. When I read someone's comments in a Facebook group that reads, "Go check out Jay at Up Vibe, he's awesome," it warms my heart. I feel like I made a difference. I feel like people have learned something from me, and that's special. I also feel like people have laughed for maybe just a few seconds and forgot their problems of the world. That's awesome too. It's a humbling and great experience. And even though most of the 10,000 plus subscribers thus far might never see this part of the video, thank you for taking the time to subscribe. Learning to be patient with my business growth. I can't say I've perfected this, but this YouTube journey has taught me to be patient with my business growth. However, it's not always easy. For example, sometimes I will see a YouTuber who puts out a YouTube video and it's mediocre at best.
I don't know how I feel about this. That sucks, man.
And yet their video or growth is 100 or 1,000 times greater than mine. It can start to eat away at me if I let it, but I have learned to detach myself from that as best as possible. I feel that same way financially too. As much as the financial end is nice, it's not consistent. I had 3 months in a row where each month did better than the next, beating my best numbers along the way. Then I followed it up with the 4th month that was the worst of the year. That sucks. But again, I have learned to detach myself from that to some degree and continue to put out great content for you guys and look for other business opportunities to make money through YouTube. So for me, it's the growth and looking for opportunities that will be the biggest impact. And so that is what makes it easier to be patient. I mean, let's be real. There are 8 billion people in the world and countless ways to make money. I just need to be proactive and deliberate while always maintaining my integrity. And I believe my business will continue to grow. Stuck in a niche. People have certain expectations from my channel, and I'm perfectly okay with that. However, I've been looking to expand my content to more candle-related content, but at times, I'm not sure if YouTube and my audience are quite ready for that yet, and that information is reflected in my analytics. For example, I am known for concrete and Hydrostone candle jars along with some candle making tutorials, but I want to steer the channel more towards the candle making tutorials and less about the jars themselves. However, it hasn't been easy, and so there is this element of constantly running back to what feels comfortable. To be blunt, I can put out a video on concrete candle making and it can do really well in relation to my channel numbers, but then I upload something in relation to just candle making and it's a bit of a challenge to get that same traction. Now, that hasn't happened with all of my videos. I have had some success with candle making videos from time to time, but it's hit or miss and not consistent. So naturally, I feel a bit bad when I don't hit a certain metric. I know it's not all about the numbers, but I'm a human and this is a business, so I do have to care to some degree. In essence, I feel like YouTube is somewhat dictating which direction my channel should go in, and I'm trying to put my foot down and expand in another direction. And quite honestly, even though I love my community and I love my channel, it sometimes stinks to know I can't quite expand the way I'd like to. Unwanted negative comments. I don't get a lot of negativity on my channel, but I get enough that I sometimes feel like I want to reach out into the comments section and pull that individual into my space and scream at them and say, you do it then. See if you can do it better than me, and if you can, teach me. I'm not complaining, but I am going to vent just a little bit right now. People think this stuff is easy because they see a video of me smiling and having a good time.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
While I will agree it's not rocket science, it's tougher than it looks. And to be honest, most people could do this YouTube thing if they really focused on building a YouTube business. However, the negativity sucks. No matter how many times I read the positive comments. For example, one of the things that gets me the most is a backhanded compliment comment. And in case you didn't know, a backhanded comment is a remark that appears to be complimentary, but actually contains a hidden criticism or insult. For example, I love your videos and I've learned so much from you, but I wish you wouldn't speak with so much energy. Variations of that comment have come my way more times than I care to admit, and I hate it. I know there's a lot of negativity in the world, but what would compel a human being to write such wasteful garbage? I totally understand that some people are hardwired to be negative. I mean, I could be giving out free money on Tuesday and some idiot would write, thank you for giving out the money, but I wish you would have given it out on Monday. Imagine being so negative, bored, uncaring, that you decide to tell someone how great they could be for helping, but not quite as great because of something they didn't like. Now, I'm not going to lie. I used to just ignore those comments and block them from ever being a part of the comment section on my channel. But today, I have a little fun with these stupid people. What I do now is I comment on their stupidity so they get a response from me. Then, after a certain amount of time, I delete that comment and then mute their asses. By writing to them and deleting it later on, it allows the YouTube system to send them the response. And then when I delete it, they can't respond because that response isn't there and they're muted. Now I know what you're thinking. Jay, what do you say to these people? Good question. So If someone says they love my work but wish I didn't speak so loudly, I might say, "That's funny. Your mom loves me. By the way, tell her I said hi." Or, "Sorry, not everyone can handle my enthusiasm. It takes talent you might not have." Or my favorite, "I'll tone it down. Don't want anyone to feel dumb trying to keep up." Childish? Hell yeah, it's childish. But who cares? I never said I was perfect. Some people don't like me. I have made so many friends on this YouTube journey. In addition, the business connections have been amazing thus far, and I'm looking forward to growing more and more. But, and this is a bigger but, some people don't like me. Yeah, no, I know. That's crazy, right? I thought everyone liked me too. But why? Easy. They're stupid. Just kidding. Well, I'm not. But in all seriousness, for some reason, 4 different silicone mold companies cut me off entirely. Keep in mind, I am not going to say who these people are because I'm a classy guy. I mean, they didn't do anything to me to warrant speaking badly about them. Well, actually, one did. But I have to maintain some level of decorum. Anyway, the first silicone mold company that turned on me was a total shock. I did a review of their product, which I thought was quite nice, but they disagreed. I didn't say anything mean or wrong per se. I just said something about the shipping costs being high, which is most likely out of their control, and that it took longer for the delivery to come to me than normal. It was the truth, but nothing bad about their silicone molds. Everybody wants to hear the truth, but ain't nobody want to hear the truth. So after seeing the video, they wrote me a nasty email, kind of threatening me. However, I responded with kindness because I know that anything I would have said in defense of my actions would have upset them further, and that would have dragged the situation on longer. So I moved on with my life, kept the video up, and so our relationship ended. A second silicone mold company cut me off due to the same video, but they never wrote me a nasty email. They ghosted me. I mean, poof, like they don't even exist anymore. Interestingly, a lot of people are complaining about their products lately because they changed some of their formulas for creating their silicone mold. Had we stayed in touch, I could have given them the inside scoop of all the complaints that are made behind their back so that they could look to change it again. Oh well, and so that relationship ended too. Recently, a third silicone mold company got mad at me because I changed some rules over in a Facebook group that I'm an admin in. Nothing too crazy, but she didn't like the rules, expressed herself in an email that wasn't disrespectful at all, but she did express herself and left the group. I responded with pleasantries, but like the others, that relationship ended too. And the last silicone mold company actually did something directly to me to try to hurt my reputation and my business. Our relationship was great for a while, and then one day it turned sour, and I think it all began when I tried to redefine our relationship by adding me as an affiliate. I mean, if I'm going to promote someone, I should eventually be able to benefit from that promotion, especially when I'm doing a lot of the promotional work with my video, if I believe in the product. I don't just promote things, I have to believe in the product. And I believed in them. Seems fair, right? Anyway, our financial numbers were way off, and even though we decided not to move forward with a business relationship and remain cordial, we both could feel it was different. So, what happened to have this potential nice business opportunity go south? Aside from the fact that you could feel the relationship had changed, they did something to me that I believe was unforgivable. And out of all 4 of them, I will never talk with them or do business with them again. Basically, I had posted a video on my Instagram page about a certain concrete candle jar I created. The silicone mold company, who I will call the Bears, believed I got the idea from them, which I didn't, but okay. So they contacted one of their clients, who I'll call Zelda. Zelda buys custom silicone molds from the Bears. One day I got a message from Instagram from Zelda claiming someone who wanted to remain anonymous told her that I started designing certain styles of silicone molds with a different silicone mold company that might look similar to her custom molds. I don't make silicone molds. She then asked if it was true. I told Zelda that I didn't know who she was and that she was a complete stranger to me. I don't share my personal or business dealings with people on Instagram, especially if I don't know them. She wrote back that she totally understood and apologized. I said no worries, and we both moved on. So now the question became, who told her this and why? After doing some serious thinking, I realized it was the Bears. Knew our relationship wasn't what it once was. I experienced some passive-aggressive behavior from them for a few months, so I contacted them in a very professional and respectful way, expressing my concerns with the way they handled things. I didn't even ask them if they did it. I just acted as if it was them because I knew. Anyway, I felt like the Bears could have come to me directly and asked me or expressed to me what they were feeling before they went and they spoke to her. Apparently, they wanted to protect themselves in case Zelda found out through the grapevine that I made these silicone molds, which I don't make, through another company. I still don't make. Anyway, basically, they wanted Zelda to know they didn't sell those molds to me. Make sense? The Bears wrote back to me and confessed that they told Zelda and that they felt justified in doing so to protect themselves. They said a few other things that were somewhat accurate and some things that were way off the mark. However, even though I wanted to say a few more things, I realized that it just didn't matter. That bad energy they were displaying, whether justified or not, is something I want nothing to do with. So I then blocked them in every form of social media and email situation I could think of to protect my brand from further potential stupidity from them. And so with the blocking, that relationship ended as well. So because of my journey on YouTube, I have made some enemies. Enemies I wouldn't have made otherwise. Maybe enemies is a strong word, more like adversaries. Hopefully, that's the end of any more adversarial relationships, especially in the silicone mold world. But this is business. In the end, it's all part of the process. Growth and success can sometimes poke the bear, but for me, it's important to stay focused and continue sharing my knowledge and my passion on YouTube as long as it's safe, no matter how much it changes my life. And take a look at these videos that are popping up now. They're going to help you on your concrete, hydrostone, and candle making journey. Until next time, thanks for watching. Ciao.